Hey guys, this is V and Pam's behind the camera.
Hey everybody.
Again. But today I'm gonna share with you guys a very special rice pudding that I've grown up eating. And for us, Diwali is around the corner, which is the Indian Christmas, if you will. And part of Diwali that makes it really special is the light and the sweets. And this is a sweet rice pudding that I'm about to make for you guys. And
by light, do you mean light in color, light in texture, light in flavor?
No, light as in light.
Like color, light,
yeah,
light, bright.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm putting together a recipe here, and I've veganized it. It's my mom's recipe. It's what she taught me. And Mom, I'm gonna do a few things that you taught me to do. So check it out and tell me how I did. And right here you can see in my little mortar pestle I have some cardamom in here, and I'm just kind of mushing it up because I want more flavor out of it. So I'm gonna mush it up.
So how many seeds
I had
was
two
that?
pods.
2 pods?
Yeah, I had 2 pods.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna put it in my container here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my rice, and I'm gonna also, that's what my mom told me to do. She said you had to smoosh it up a little bit so when it cooks, it gets thicker.
It's the starch breaking up the rice. Yeah.
And then what I'm gonna do is the rest that's in there, I'm gonna lightly just do that. But this, I'm gonna really go as hard as I can. You can see it just breaks everything up because now the rice I soaked. So you can soak it overnight, you can soak it for 2 hours, but I would say at least 30 minutes is good. And I have basmati rice over here. You can,
Could you use a brown rice?
You could, but the cooking time would be longer. But with this rice, you know that this cooks faster. And that's the point of this recipe, but you can by all means try the brown. So
that's what I use for my rice pudding, is a brown rice.
All right, I'm gonna put the rest of it in here.
How much rice was in your bowl to start with?
I used half cup.
Half a cup, and then you soaked it.
Yeah.
And then you drained it. I saw you drain it.
Yeah. I drained it before I soaked it. I drained it through 2 or 3 times to get all the starch out, and then I did it a little bit more after it was done soaking. Yeah. All right. And there's a little bit water in there, but that's fine. It's starting to come out now. So you can see my rice is all smushed. Now what I'm gonna do is, now this is not exactly the traditional way of making this, but I just dumped everything
We're
together.
about breaking tradition.
Yeah, kind of. So I usually dump everything together. All right, I have 1 cup of any plant-based milk.
And is that soy milk?
Yeah, I am using soy milk, and I'm gonna add 1 cup of water to it as well.
So half a cup of rice, a cup of water, a cup of soy milk so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add half of the water right now, half later as I need it.
Okay.
So just half of it right now. And I'm gonna put this on the stove. Now I wanna put it on high first because I want the milk to get hot quickly. So I'm gonna let that heat up, and when that heats up, I'm gonna tell you where to go from next.
Okay.
All right. So now that the milk is warm, I'm gonna add saffron, and I just have a pinch here. You don't need more because the flavor is very, very potent of saffron. So you don't want that much, but it gives it a pretty color, and you can see it's instantly giving it color.
Now, if you don't have the money for saffron, because it can be expensive, is there something you could substitute?
The main reason for saffron in this recipe is the flavor, but if you don't have it, just add a pinch of turmeric
To give it the color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the cardamom is there, so that'll give it flavor. You don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, saffron is super expensive. And this one that I'm using is Spanish saffron.
You can.
And you can see it's
it.
giving color instantly. And as it keeps cooking, it'll keep giving color. Now I'm gonna let this sit till the rice is cooked halfway. And when the rice is cooked halfway, I'm gonna come back and tell you guys what I'm gonna do.
Go V.
Alright guys, look at the color.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Isn't that pretty?
It is, and that did cook up quickly,
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
yeah. And I just want to check the rice if it's cooked, which it is. It's like al dente right now. So what I'm gonna do is I have about 1/4 cup of sugar in here, and I'm just gonna add that in here.
And that's raw sugar.
Yeah, that's raw sugar. And this, I have a bowl full of nuts. Now, I don't have a specific measurement for this because you can go as crazy as you want.
Yeah.
But there is raisins, there's pistachios, I have almonds, and I also have cashews in here. So I have, and they are unsalted. You want raw nuts in here. And I'm going to put those in here as well. I'm going to just leave some for garnish, but I'm going to put most of them in there. And I am going to add a little bit of water. And I'm going to toss everything together. And the reason you want raw nuts in here is because the heat is going to heat them up. And
okay, so I have a question.
yeah,
The cardamom pods that were partially crushed.
Yeah.
Are they going to be soft in here? Are you going to get
They
a bite
are.
of cardamom or?
yeah, you might get a bite of the cardamom. It is edible, but it depends on if you want to eat it or not. I usually eat it up.
I love cardamom.
Yeah,
so.
I eat it up, and the pods, the little seeds inside of it are usually soft, so you won't feel those in your mouth. But the pod itself, you'll feel that. But I eat it irrespective.
I would think it would just blend in with the seeds and, you know what I mean? Because you've got nuts and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But you could you add just whatever you wanted to for nuts or seeds or dried fruit or
whatever you want, but make sure it's not salted. You don't want the salt in here, or you don't want it glazed or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes dried fruit they add sugar. When they.
So here's what I'm gonna do now. It's pretty much made. I'm gonna let it sit and cool.
On the heat, off the heat.
Off the heat. I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna refrigerate it. And then when it's cold, I'm gonna serve it. I'm gonna add some more nuts on top and serve it. But this, me personally, everyone in my family likes it cold. You can eat it warm if you like, but I suggest eating it cold.
Cold with a hot cup of chai.
There you go.
Would be nice.
Yeah, you got it. So I'll see you guys when this is chilled. All right. So guys, I have my my little pudding here. As you can see, it's chilled. And if it gets thick, you can just add a little bit of milk to it, and it'll get, I want this kind of consistency to it. So I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to plate it right here. As I told you, I'm going to garnish it with some nuts.
There's our dessert. Yum.
All right, guys. So like our video, subscribe down below. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Give us your feedback. Make our recipes. Tell us how you liked it. And we'll be back with more. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.